there, my YouTube friends and fans. Well, I just found out that the Call of Duty Black Ops 6 beta is happening this weekend. I literally just found out. So I was like, oh my god, I have to go and try it out because I already have Game Pass. So why not do that, right? I don't know if I would purchase it right away without knowing about it, but this is a great way to find out if I like it or not. So here it is. Here are the loadouts with the weapons that we get for the beta. They're actually quite good weapons. You actually start with other weapons before you can do your own loadout, and they're all really good weapons. I've tried all of them. I even had fun with the shotgun. I have to say the sniper I didn't like. It was too slow for me. It felt really sluggish. But other than that, all the other weapons are super awesome. I like the simplicity right now of the menu, and everything is very simple compared to Modern Warfare 3, but I'm pretty sure once they're done with this game it will be just as cluttered up, because they're always trying to cram in so much content onto one single screen, and then there's also going to be marketing and so on and so forth. So yeah, here we are. Played already a bunch of matches. The very first match was very weird for me to come from Modern Warfare 3 because they started you as default with an LMG, and when I started to like just run like a crazy woman, I couldn't, because I felt like I was like running in mud or something. It was very sluggish, very slow, I felt like I was like 400 pounds in weight. I just was like, what is going on? And then there was a ton of lag where, you know, every 2 seconds the game was just freezing for another 2 seconds. It was really, really weird. It was not such a good start. But I wasn't upset about it, because when you play a beta, you know it's not perfect. It's not supposed to be perfect. I mean, if it was perfect, they could release it now, right? They are still working some kinks out. They're probably done with the majority of the game, because it'd be a little late now to do major work on it since this is releasing in October already. But I feel like they're probably doing a lot of playtests right now, and this is one of them where they could just see, you know, how the servers behave and how people run with it, and, you know, maybe they are just looking at gameplay. I don't know exactly how they measure it, but I'm pretty sure this is a really, really good test for them to just kind of test all kinds of different things. So once I was able to do my own loadouts, things gotten a little bit better. I was able to move a lot faster, the way I was used to. And I felt right at home, because that's how I moved in Modern Warfare 3 and Modern Warfare 2. And that's how I play best, because I've just started to become a really more like an aggressive player. I just like go for it, not being afraid to die. That's kind of my play style. So of course I also need a fast weapon. And I found that the Jackal PDW gave me the right tool for the job. And while I like to use a variety of different weapons, which I always did in Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3, depending on the map, I just ended up using this gun only at the end, because it was just the one that worked for all three maps really, really well. And if any of my Fallout 76 friends are watching this, this map is a train yard in West Virginia. Sounds familiar, huh? I don't know if the developers that made this map actually are Fallout 76 fans, because I just thought it was very coincidental that this was a train yard in West Virginia. But, you know, it could just be a coincidence. Who knows? But I just thought that was a really cool map. I just love this map right off the bat. Then we have a map called Skyline, which was my least favorite, because it's just like a huge mansion, like an absolutely modern, massive mansion with several levels up on a hill, probably in Los Angeles, I assume, with the pool, with the more like an indoor-outdoor pool and a basement, and it's a humongous map. And while it's kind of fun to run around in it, it's just not the type of map that I like to play in shooter games, because it's just like running around in a house. Like, what's the big deal? but it ended up being the most favorite map because it got voted in over and over and over. And after a while, I was so tired of playing this map. And I know once we have all 16 maps, it will be different. You don't have to play one map over and over and over again. But right now in the beta, I am a little tired of the Skyline map. And then there's my absolute favorite map called Scott, which plays somewhere in Iran in like 91, I think it says at the beginning of the screen. And as soon as I saw that, I got really excited, and it is just as good. It doesn't disappoint. They did a really good job to make the map super interesting. There is like below ground and above ground locations, so there's ideal locations for snipers, people running with shotguns, people just running around with assault rifles and SMGs, good spots to kind of flank people. It's just a really great map, and it's super nitty-gritty, just the way Call of Duty used to be when it started, and how like veterans like it. Yeah, so unfortunately that map didn't come up a lot at all. I think I only played it like 3 times within like, I don't know, 4 hours I played, or 5 hours. I don't even know how long I played last night. But I was really disappointed that that map came up so little, and I could just imagine that will be the same once the game comes out. But I hope that that's not going to be the only nitty-gritty map in the whole game. I hope they're going to have some more. Well, this map here, Derelict, is also somewhat nitty-gritty, but it's not really like a war-torn map. It's more like a, you know, it's just an old train yard that is not being used anymore. So yeah, you can take it as you want. But it is a great map. I feel like this kind of map is what I want to see when the game comes out. I don't really want to see any more like maps that play in like a modern setting where everything is pretty and tidy and all that, but I'm pretty sure we'll get more of that, because what all those game developers are trying to do is please everyone, and I know you never can please everyone. I'm a designer myself. It is really hard to make something that everyone likes. You always know that there's always going to be people that don't like, because humans are just like that. Everyone is different. Everyone likes different things. I, for example, never liked the yacht map in Black Ops 2, even though a lot of people absolutely loved it, but there were mostly young people because they have never played the original Call of Duty games, which were all war maps, which we all loved so much. So they had no comparison. So that's all they knew. And I then just went to go play Battlefield because Battlefield gave me what I wanted so badly until, you know, Battlefield 2042, which also tried to emulate Call of Duty and come in with those modern maps, and fans just didn't like it. They just were like, no, we're good, we're done. Battlefield is more a game that's being played by older people, and Call of Duty is more played by younger people. But, you know, there's still going to be older people like me who like to play Call of Duty. And so we do want to see some of those nitty-gritty maps. And I have really high hopes that in those 16 maps, we get at least a third of them that are war-torn nitty-gritty maps. And then the other third maybe like that is like this train yard. And then the rest is probably going to be just all like, oh, we're running around in the mall, and we're running around in the villa, and we're running around probably in an amusement park and that kind of stuff. And I will just have to go with it. To be honest, I wasn't really sure if I'm gonna play Black Ops 6 at all until I found out that it's going to be on Game Pass. And then I was like, okay, well, in that case, I definitely play it, but I wasn't sure if I wanted to spend another $70, especially after I found out that they're not going to have the big open world zombie map anymore, which I so loved. And played like the heck out of it. I think I spent like 300 hours or 400 hours in that game alone, and I didn't even play multiplayer anymore. So that alone for me was totally worth the $70. I would even have paid $100 for that if I had to, because it was that awesome. But yeah, now they go back to this, I think what they call turn-based zombie mode, and I do not like turn-based games at all in general. And I did never really like those small zombie maps. I didn't find them that interesting. I played some of them and I was like, yeah, nah. And then I went back to play just the multiplayer. But I always thought you really got your money's worth if you could play those really cool big Warzone maps. And since I don't play Warzone at all, because I really suck at it, and I don't like games where you just have one life at all, I hate that. But I always wanted to play those Warzone maps. I was just like, oh my god, those maps are so awesome. I want to play them. And then when they came with the zombie mode in those maps, I could finally play those maps and enjoy them to my heart's content. And I was just in heaven. And now they don't have that anymore. So I think they're going to have Warzone in this game as well. But all of us who don't play Warzone never get to enjoy those maps. And that's what I was so disappointed about when I heard about Black Ops 6 for the first time. So here I'm trying to see how it feels like laying on my back, because, you know, we have all those new movements now where we can side, slide, and yeah, backslide and slide all around. And yeah, I'm still trying to get used to, and I think a lot of other people do too, because you don't see that happening a lot yet. I think that's because people are still trying to get used to it, but I could just imagine that in a couple of months we'll see some crazy moves in the kill cam. Well, there isn't really a kill cam anymore. There is now like a best play cam, which just picks, I think it picks just what whoever had something amazing happening anywhere in the game, not at the end of the game, and they just show it off right here. Yeah, I think I like that. So there's not this push anymore for people to try to do something crazy at the very end of the game. And what they also don't show is the death kill ratio. Only for you, they don't show it to everyone anymore. I think that's a smart move, because that makes people not go for a good death kill ratio anymore, hopefully, but go for the objective instead. So they get a really nice big score, and that makes them end up on the top of the scoreboard. That's really smart. They should have done this years and years and years ago. But we'll see how this plays out. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't yet. And I hope to see you next time. Until then, happy gaming. Take care. Bye bye.